Right, here we are live with the Chargebee webinar. Today is Thursday, July 19th. So I'm in San Francisco. My name is Michael Paravati. I'm on the Chargebee sales team. We'll just get started in about a minute or so. It looks like we have 10 people who have joined us so far. We have quite a few more who have registered, so we'll just wait another minute or so. All right, it looks like we have a few more people jumping in. We'll go ahead and get started. So my name is Michael Paravati. I am on the sales team at Chargebee. I'm based in San Francisco, and I'm excited to speak with you all today to go through a quick demonstration of Chargebee. We will take about 30 minutes today to do a quick webinar, just to go through some quick housekeeping items here. So scheduled to last for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. What we'll do is I'll take you through about a 30 to 35 minute demo of Chargebee just to initially show you the pieces to set you up for success and get started. So all participants will be muted. We will open it up for questions later. You can raise your questions via the questions tab, and then the slides and the recording of this will be sent over within about 72 hours to give us about 2 or 3 days. We'll send this and you can feel free to share it with your colleagues and team members who may not have been able to join today. So the reason why everyone is here today is because you likely have been brought to Chargebee and you've started a trial or what we call a Chargebee sandbox. So you've signed up for free. It seems like most of the people who are joining today are based in the US, but for those of you who are not, welcome. We're excited to have you trying Chargebee and checking out this webinar today. Just to quickly go over, before we jump into the product, I mean, as you're evaluating Chargebee for subscription management and subscription billing, we realize that you kind of want to know a little bit more about our company and kind of what we stand for as a company to potentially take on the big task of handling your billing. So our mission and what we want to provide to you as a potential future customer of Chargebee is strong customer support. So knowing that our team has your back when you are managing your billing through Chargebee. Having a solution that is reliable. You may be coming from an in-house solution that your team has built. You trust it. It's something that your colleagues have built over the past couple of years, or maybe you're just getting your business started and you need a billing solution. Either way, you want to know that Chargebee is a reliable solution. The third and final piece as our mission is having a simple yet flexible solution. And I mention this because Chargebee is largely a modular system. Out of the box is meant to be used by different business users, not just the technical folks inside your company. So a solution that has the flexibility to accommodate different billing scenarios, but simple enough to be used and get you up and running as quickly as possible. A little bit about Chargebee, in case you may or may not know this. So we have over 8,500 customers across 50 countries. We currently have about 170 or so employees. We enable you to sell in over 120 currencies, and then payment gateways. We sometimes get the question about businesses looking to get a payment gateway. Chargebee is payment gateway agnostic. We enable you to leverage multiple payment gateways or just one. It depends on how you'd like to operate the business, but we have 20 plus payment gateways for you to choose from depending upon where you are in the world and where you are going to be selling to. I mentioned this briefly, but so Chargebee is largely meant to be used by business users. So whether you are looking at this webinar and this demo and you're on the finance side, or you're a customer support rep, marketing or sales or product and engineering, all of these different roles, these are people who are leveraging Chargebee today. It is not just a specific role and a specific person who kind of holds the keys and all of the information, but it is meant to be used by different team members to empower them to basically do their job and access customer subscription information and help you to run your business and do it in an efficient way. Just some of our customers, I mentioned we have over 8,500 customers. So these are some of them. We have study.com, OpenVPN, Soylent. So some of these are software companies, and some of these are so software companies. They're B2C. They're product companies. They may be subscription box companies. We have AB InBev, the world's largest beer manufacturer. Tokyo Treat, which is a candy subscription box company. So it really runs the gamut of everything from media to software to different subscription companies. All right, so let me jump into the sandbox. When I refer to sandbox, I want to quickly show this. So when you created a Chargebee test site, so all of you have come to Chargebee and have likely created a test site, there is a difference. Right now, what I'm in is a test site. My test site is called Dachshund. The difference between a sandbox test site and then a live site is that here you can accept payments from customers, and you're actually live. This is a paid plan, whereas in your test site, this is something that's free forever. You have access to explore this as long as you want, as long as it takes you to get comfortable and realize that, you know, Chargebee seems like it'll be a great fit for the business. Even after you go live, you still have access to the test site. This is one thing that differentiates Chargebee a little bit, is that your business may change and likely will change as you grow. You still have access to the test site to be able to explore Chargebee. All right, let me jump over to this. It looks like I may not be in full presentation mode. Can everyone see this okay? Hopefully this is all right. Okay, so just jumping over here then. So when you're initially signed into Chargebee, like I said, so this is the sandbox environment, some initial things that you'll see. So the first thing that we hit you with is some reports and some dashboards. So whether you're looking at Chargebee and the business on a daily and 3-month and a 6-month basis, you're looking at your overall sales or your new sales, any sort of payments that have been received. How many active subscriptions do you have? Is this trending up? Hopefully it is. What is your MRR looking like? Your number of signups or activations, churn. In this case, this sample company, the churn is going up. So this is a pretty clear indication that something is going wrong, and we do want to dive into this a little bit further. At least now you have the clear data behind this. So Chargebee is serving as a single source of truth for all of your customer subscription information. The first piece of that, in order to have a customer sign up to a product, you need to actually have those products set up within Chargebee. So here we have the product catalog, and this is where your pricing will be fully maintained. So here I have a couple of products that I've pre-built. We have a dog cleaning service. We have a dog cleaning basic plan as well as a premium plan. Let me go ahead and show you these examples, and then we can even show you how to create one of these. So here I have this plan. It's a pretty simple one. It's a flat fee. It's billed every month. It costs $25 per month, and then there's a $15 setup fee in this example of this dog cleaning service, the basic option. Let me go ahead and show you how I created this. This is one of the first steps that we recommend as soon as you get into the test site, to go ahead and create a plan. You can map it to one of your existing plans. So let's say I want to have Again, my test site is the dachshund. So let's say I want to go ahead and have a dog spa plan. I want to go ahead and treat my dog to a spa date every month. Let's say I'm creating this. This is my service. So my base currency is USD. Let's say that I want to charge $75 per month for this. And let's say that I want to have a setup cost to get everything in the system, and it costs $30 just to set this up. This is a one-time fee, and it'll disappear on the second invoice, and then moving forward. I have the option of either having a flat fee recurring charge model or per unit. Let's say that I had multiple dogs, or I wanted to offer this service. I could offer it as a multi-unit plan. I'm just going to keep it as flat fee. Let's say that I don't necessarily want to offer this spa service every single month. I want to offer a quarterly plan. So I'm going to bill it every 3 months. If I wanted to do it just once a year, I could go ahead and do that on a yearly basis. There's the flexibility with having the billing frequency. So let's go ahead and keep it at a quarterly plan. I'm going to go ahead and say dog spa plan, quarterly. Now down here we have 2 boxes that are checked. One of them says display in the customer portal. What this means is that through Chargebee, there are a couple of pieces that are hosted by us. One is the checkout experience. I'll show that in a second. This is so that when you are on your website and a customer comes to your site, Chargebee is essentially sitting in between your landing page and then your payment gateway. So the landing page is fully built by you. You might have the 3 different options for the dog spa, the dog cleaning, and the dog cleaning premium. When the customer is choosing buy now, or they're clicking buy now or subscribe now, this is where Chargebee is going to pop up with a checkout experience. The other option that we encourage our customers to leverage, our merchants, we encourage them to leverage the customer portal, which enables your customers to be able to manage their own accounts. We'll dive into this a little bit further in the webinar. Let's go ahead and save this. And we'll go ahead and see within the plans section of the product catalog, I see that this has appeared. So I have the dog spa plan. It is a quarterly option. It costs $75 per month. The billing period is every 3 months. And so now I've created this, this product. We also have the ability for you to create add-ons. Add-ons are something that can be either recurring or non-recurring. Maybe you just want a one-time add-on, so we can have that. There's also the ability to have coupons, depending whether you're B2C or B2B. Now, you may want to have coupons to drive sales at a certain period. This is something where there's a lot of flexibility around this. Either it can be a percentage coupon or a fixed amount. In this case, maybe I want to offer this fixed amount, and I want to say that I have an August promo. So it's a 20% discount. It's applied only on a certain plan. And I'm going to select and say, I really only want to apply this on the quarterly plan. I want to drive sales of my dog spa plan this quarter. It's valid forever, or its duration is forever. Or if I wanted to say it's just a one-time sign up, I could go ahead and say this is valid until the end of the year. Or I could just say it's valid only until the end of August if I wanted to drive the subscriptions in that certain month. All right, so now that we've created the product, even thinking about this on a little bit more of a basic level, I'm charging USD, but let's say that I actually want to charge it in a different currency, or maybe I want to make sure that I'm actually building my site so that I do have the best experience for the customers, because after they subscribe to a product, they will need to receive email notifications and everything. So let's jump over into the settings tab, and I'll show you a little bit of how we can help you to configure your Chargebee site to your brand. In this case, my test site is Dachshund. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my brand. So I'm previewing a couple of things. The first thing that I'm previewing is the email notification. So let's say that I have an email that's being sent to a customer. I've gone ahead and I've uploaded my logo here. An email is being sent out. In this case, this is a pending payment. So this is just one email that you could send from Chargebee. Another thing is that when a customer has actually subscribed to your product and you're leveraging Chargebee, you're sending invoices. So all the invoices are actually going to be generated directly from Chargebee. So this is an example. Again, you can customize the look and feel of this. It's pretty basic here. I mean, at least we have the logo. The invoice is paid because this is an online customer. They're paying via credit card. And then, of course, we can pick and choose which pieces of this we do want to put on the invoice. Again, we touched on selling in USD, but let's say that you wanted to add multiple currencies. In this case, I've also added euros, I've added Australian dollars. Even if you're not necessarily looking to sell in multiple countries right now, just having the flexibility. Let's say that you're keeping it in North America and you not only want to sell in USD, you also want to sell in Canadian dollars. I'm going to sell in Canadian dollars. You can either set the exchange rate yourself, or you can let Chargebee set it for you, and we'll use a third party to set this and update it every day. We recommend this just because it requires less work on your end. So I'm going to go ahead and add Canadian dollars, and I now have the ability to charge customers in Canadian dollars. After you set something up like your base currency and additional currencies, taxation is another question that we often get. How do I actually set up tax with Chargebee? Does Chargebee manage my tax, or is this something I have to manage on my own? So it is something that Chargebee helps you to manage, and there are a few different ways that you can manage taxes. One is that you can upload your tax details via CSV. Very straightforward, easy to do. And then as those tax rules change, you just need to upload a different CSV, or as the tax rates change. The other option is to add details for each of your tax components individually. So this is something that can also be done manually by your team. The other option is to leverage a product called Avalara. No problem if you're not familiar with Avalara. The reason this is grayed out is it's a separate product. It's a taxation management product that we have for our customers in the U.S. And for Canada. If you wanted to explore that, we're happy to. I can talk about that later in the third-party integration section. But these are the three options for you to manage your taxes with Chargebee. So now that you've set this up, you've gone a little bit deeper into Chargebee, you've set up the taxes and the currencies and started to build your product catalog, you may realize I probably want to invite a couple of other team members to this, because there's the marketing and the finance and the engineering side and the operations team who may want to evaluate Chargebee. So we recommend going into settings, clicking on team members. You can see I've already invited a couple of my team members. Simply click on invite. I want to invite John at chargebee.com. And I can either provide full access to John, this is a test site, or I could go ahead and choose the level of access that I'm actually giving, and I can assign a role to John. Let's say that he is a customer support rep or a sales manager. I can really choose what level of access he has. All right, so back to the product catalog. I want to actually show what it looks like when a customer is signing up via Chargebee. So you're leveraging Chargebee's hosted checkout pages because there are really three different ways to integrate Chargebee. One of them is our hosted pages. It's fully PCI compliant, and it is a pop-up module for your customers to be able to sign up. Again, thinking of Chargebee as the landing page on your website, sitting in between that and then your payment gateway. So we're not processing the payments, nor are we building the whole landing page on your website, but when you have that subscribe now button, this is where Chargebee is going to be sitting. So let's say I want to subscribe to the dog cleaning plan premium version. Again, imagine that we're on your landing page. It's all been built by your team. We click on buy now or subscribe here. And all of a sudden, a pop-up comes. So you can see it's very clear to the customer which they're still on your page. You'd be able to see it still kind of tinted out and grayed out a little bit in the background, but it's very clear that they're signing up for the dog cleaning plan premium. There is a setup fee that will disappear after the first invoice, and it costs $75 for this first month, and then moving forward, once that fee is removed for setup, it'll just be $45. Now I want to proceed to checkout. I have an OTP. Give me 1 second here. All right, so in my basket here, I have those two items, which are the setup fee and then the dog cleaning plan. The total cost is $75. Before I subscribe, what I have the ability to do is to actually go ahead and look at the account details, the billing details, and the payment information. I saw a question come through. Normally, I'd answer this at the end, but I just want to address this. So the only reason the OTP popped up is just because this hasn't actually been integrated with the website. When it's integrated with your site, the customer will be able to go through the checkout flow. This is because I'm really just going through this from the back end. Great question, though, but this isn't something that your customers would need to do. It's just because this is a test site. No problem, Lindsay. All right, so over here, so let's say that I have my credit card that I've put in. I just have a kind of a dummy credit card that I've put in that'll make it go through as a valid transaction. Everything looks good. Address is correct. I want to pay $75 and subscribe. I can then have this redirect to really whichever page I would like to. But let's go ahead and see where this subscription has gone. So I have this subscription. I have a randomly generated subscription ID, Michael at Chargebee.com. I signed up for the dog cleaning premium plan just a few moments ago. And you notice how the MRR is $45. That's because this is the monthly charge. The setup fee is just a one-time thing, so that does not actually factor in to your monthly recurring revenue. So, okay, so we've set all this up. Now we're kind of going through a flow of now what happens when a customer is actually signing up to a plan. They've chosen this product. They've entered their credit card details. They've been billed the $75. We need to engage with the customers is really the next step. So we need to make sure that we are sending emails to them. This may be something you're doing today, or maybe it's not something that you're doing today, but we want to send them email notifications to engage with the customers. This is another reason why merchants are leveraging Chargebee, so that you are sending the proper emails and engaging with the customers at the right time. And what better time to engage with your customers than to send them an onboarding email and welcoming them, saying, these are the benefits of the dog spa, or the dog cleaning package you've just subscribed to. This is what you get with the premium package versus the basic package. So the onboarding email is one example. A customer has subscribed. They've joined us in the active state. You can see I have turned this email on, and it says your subscription is active. Congratulations on the new subscription. One thing to point out is that it is very easy to edit this. So if I wanted to say, we hope you enjoy our service, and I want to say, and your dog does too. So I've gone ahead, and then I can go ahead and basically just edit however I have this template set up. I could go ahead and publish this. Before that, I want to make sure that the email has an invoice attached to it, and I want to send it to all of my subscriptions. So some of the other email notifications that are important that you may want to send out to customers are subscription reminders or subscription changes. If someone has a renewal coming up, or if there has been a pause in the customer subscription, maybe they are actually going on vacation for a few months for the summer and they're taking their dog with them. They don't actually need to subscribe to this, so they could go ahead and pause it. It's really about making sure that we are sending the right emails to your customers at the right time, so that they are aware, really in the name of transparency and customer engagement. So what we had shown was how to actually subscribe to the product. Now let's see what it looks like if I want to go ahead, and I've already subscribed for a few months. I want to actually edit the subscription. So that is in Customer Facing Essentials. That is in the Checkout, and then the Self-Serve Portal tab. When I refer to checkout, that refers to when the customer is initially signing up and they're using Chargebee's checkout experience. That's that pop-up that comes on your landing page. The portal is the self-serve customer portal. This gives the option for your customers to say download invoices, or to change plans, or to change quantity. So to show you what this actually looks like, I can preview the portal. Again, this is the checkout. We've already gone through this. The portal here is, so let's say I want to log in. So now I'm able to manage my subscriptions. So in this case, I've used my email a couple of times so far. So I actually have 2 plans here that I am subscribed to, 2 subscriptions. So let's say that I want to look at my premium plan, and I actually want to change this one a little bit. So I want to go ahead and edit my subscription. Again, this is something that the customers are doing fully on their own. They're signed into your service. Imagine at the top right, you have a wheel, and it says basically manage my subscription. So they would click on that wheel, it pops up. Again, it is a very similar experience to the checkout, but instead of actually buying the initial subscription, they are changing their subscription. Or maybe they're downloading invoices or changing their address. In this case, I'm editing the subscription. Okay, I have the dog cleaning plan premium. Let's say that I actually want to go ahead and switch more to the basic version. For some reason, I want to go ahead and I want to downgrade. I don't necessarily need all the premium features anymore. I want to go ahead and switch to basic. I've gone ahead and switched that. It's now $25 per month instead of $45. Maybe I want to add an add-on. Doggy treats is an add-on that I could do. I can subscribe to this on a monthly basis as well. So what I've done is I've subscribed to the basic version. I have subscribed to an order of doggy treats. I can also edit the quantity. Let's say I want to subscribe to and start purchasing doggy treats, say, for my neighbor. I could go ahead and subscribe to this as well. I'm having a prorated charge. And then in the future, I will have the full charge. Let's go ahead and update the subscription. And then what I would do is I would go ahead and have an email received saying that my subscription has changed, just like we showed a little bit ago. With the email notifications, we can show that a subscription has actually been changed, again, in the name of transparency for the customer. So what I can show next is how to actually edit a subscription from the back end rather than having a customer manage it on their own. Again, when the customer support team, your customer support team is leveraging Chargebee and someone writes in, maybe you're leveraging Zendesk or Freshdesk as your customer support tool, you'll be able to basically pull up that customer subscription, and then what you can do is essentially have a customer support rep go into the subscription. I want to look at maybe either changing the subscription if that's the request of the customer, or perhaps what I want to do is I want to add a one-time charge for, say, an additional service that was provided. Maybe instead of having them bring the dog to the spa, we've actually had someone go and pick up their dog instead. If I wanted to add a coupon, maybe in some case, say there was a mistake that was made. Maybe they had actually received the wrong spa treatment, or they had received the dog had their hair cut too short. In order to keep this person happy, I wanted to apply a coupon to their subscription. I could go ahead and choose a coupon. In this case, that sort of coupon doesn't exist yet, so I'd have to build that in to Chargebee. I may want to even change the next billing date. This is an option as well. All right, so you can either manage that through the subscription itself, or I could go into the actual customer level, and I could go ahead and say, okay, I want to go ahead and manage the subscription, and then we could go ahead and do this here. All right, so this is how to manage a subscription from the back end. Another piece that I think is worth talking about is revenue recovery. So every now and then, customers may churn out because they have a credit card that has expired, or maybe there's a payment that fails for a variety of reasons. So let's go ahead and go to the Settings tab. So it is called Revenue Recovery in Chargebee, also known as dunning. So dunning is something that is enabled already on my account. Here I have dunning for cards. You can have dunning for direct debit, maybe for some of our customers who are selling in the UK or in other countries where direct debit is more common. And you can even have dunning for offline payments. So in this case, I've activated dunning. I have set a dunning period of 9 days. This is totally customizable. If I wanted to set the dunning for only 7 days, I could do that. Let's go ahead and keep that at 9 though. I'm choosing a custom retry mode with a frequency of my choosing. In this case, I'm trying at day 1, day 4, at day 5, and again at day 9. Now, at the end of the dunning period, you may want to decide to either cancel the subscription, or you could still keep it active and say, well, we've tried our best to get the revenue, but we want to keep it active. We don't actually want to end their service. In this case, let's say I want to cancel the subscription. If the customer comes back, that'll be treated as a renewal. If the dunning period ends, what happens to the invoice is really up to you. In this case, I want to mark it as voided. You could also simply mark it as not paid, write it off, or reverse that invoice. But this is really all in the name of trying to help you recover as much revenue as possible. And depending upon which gateway you're using, certain pieces or certain events with involuntary churn, like expired credit cards, really shouldn't happen. If you're leveraging Stripe or leveraging Braintree, using their card updater, which Chargebee integrates with, means that when a customer has updated their card, you will know that, and that card will no longer have that sort of expiration date, and you will have basically eliminated that sort of involuntary churn from expired credit cards. All right, now jumping over back into the settings tab, I mentioned a couple of times with different integrations and payment gateways. I'll quickly touch on payment gateways first. This isn't really considered an integration from a Chargebee perspective, because the integrations are often things that are very nice to have, and it makes it easier for you to leverage Chargebee. Payment gateways, if you're accepting credit cards from customers, are mandatory. We ourselves are not a payment gateway, but we do integrate with 20 of the leading payment gateways around the world. So we have Stripe and Go Cardless. PayPal Express Checkout is a great option. You always have the Chargebee Test Gateway enabled. You may want to use Braintree. Again, Chargebee is payment gateway agnostic, so you're able to leverage different gateways, or just one if you choose to, but it makes it so that you can really choose the one that makes the most sense for you. So some of the third-party integrations that you may want to leverage, and again, if there are any questions about this, I see that some questions are being asked in the Livestorm tab here. Feel free to ask us about any specific integrations that you'd like to know about. Some of the ones that I'd like to highlight are with customer support and success. If you're using, say, Zendesk as a customer support tool, and a customer writes in, you'd want to know which plan that they're on. And with a single click of a button, you can go from the Zendesk application into Chargebee to manage that customer's subscription. Another very popular integration module is the accounting and tax management module. We touched briefly on Avalara. This is used pretty heavily by our customers in North America, so selling in the US and Canada to manage taxes easier. But from an accounting perspective, QuickBooks Online and Xero are the two accounting integrations that we also do integrate with. From a perspective of reporting and analytics, there are a couple other tools and collaboration. Internally at Chargebee, we use Slack quite a lot. So whether you want to have a report on new customers who have signed up, or someone who, if there's a customer who has churned, or if a customer who has made a subscription change, depending upon the event that you want to know about, you can send this to certain channels. So Slack is something that I definitely recommend checking out if you'd like to see how this works with Chargebee. So beyond just asking questions on this webinar, what I want to show you is that, let's say that I want to learn more about this. So we were just talking about the accounting management. So let's say I want to know, but how exactly does Chargebee integrate with Xero? Well, I could certainly try it here and then see how to connect that, but I want to actually know more about, like, what exactly syncs when you connect Chargebee and Xero. So right now I use Chrome. So let's say I open up a new Chrome tab and I type in Chargebee, and then I want to go and look at Xero. I lead with Chargebee, and I just do a quick Google search. There are a couple of videos that pop up. There may be an ad or two, but one of those first hits is always going to be how Chargebee and Xero integrates, and then it'll take you to our Chargebee help docs. So this is just a quick tool and a quick way for you to learn about really any of the features of Chargebee that you'd like to know more about. And here we have all of the third-party integrations listed here, like Salesforce and Slack and Xero. All right, and jumping back. So the settings tab is definitely something I recommend exploring. It definitely, there is additional information that we could go into. With this, we want to keep it fairly high level and just show you some of the major pieces that will help to set you up for success with evaluating Chargebee. So with that, This wraps up the part of the demo with me walking you through. I see that there are some questions that have come through on the right-hand side. We would like to open it up for more questions, but thank you very much. I hope this was helpful for seeing just a quick walkthrough of Chargebee. And again, this is the test site. This is something that many of you may have already created. If you haven't, simply go to chargebee.com, and then you can go ahead and click on sign up at the top right-hand side. It just takes about 2 minutes to go ahead and create a sandbox environment. It's something that we don't often refer to as a trial, mainly because a trial implies that there is an end date and you have to make a decision within a certain period of time. It doesn't have an end date. You always have access to that even as you go live. So thank you again, and we'll go ahead and open this up for some questions. Okay, so I see that Lindsay has asked a question. Thank you for that question, Lindsay. You're asking about how to attach this to your site. Great question. I may have mentioned this briefly before. So Chargebee is largely meant to be a low-code or a no-code implementation, not requiring kind of weeks or months of time. We've had customers up and running in the same day that they actually go live with Chargebee. So to quickly show you, I have the product catalog here, which is where the pricing is. Let's say that I'm going and I'm looking at the dog cleaning basic plan. This is the plan that I have. If I wanted to go ahead and show you, it's essentially just grabbing a script. So you're grabbing a code. So you're grabbing these two pieces here, and essentially think of your Chargebee landing page, or sorry, your product landing page, and then Chargebee is going to sit essentially behind that button when someone clicks on it and they say, I want to subscribe now. So in between that and then your payment gateway is really where Chargebee is going to sit. It is as simple as copying the code and then going to implement that directly onto your landing page. So thanks so much for the question, Lindsay. Yeah, absolutely. So let me show you a real-time example of someone who has recently implemented Chargebee. I can show you, to keep it kind of along the same lines of a simple integration of their landing page. There's a business called Beer Advocate. They're not a software company, so they are an online beverage review company, and they have a magazine subscription, which is what they leverage Chargebee for. So they have their subscription. It's something that is a quarterly subscription. They get 4 quarterly prints, and let's say that they want to subscribe now. So now this is fully managed by Chargebee. So we have Beer Advocate, we have their logo here. It's very clear that I'm still on the Beer Advocate website. I can even still scroll and read more on their website. If I wanted to go ahead and subscribe to this, I'm proceeding to checkout. I'm going to enter my personal email address. And then I'm entering my card details. So I won't go through with this. I don't need to necessarily subscribe to the magazine subscription right now, but just wanted to show you a real-time example of how a business has actually integrated Chargebee with their website, and this was up and running within the course of a day or two. So very simple for this particular merchant to integrate with their website.
Hey, Michael. Thanks for that. This is Vaishnavi from the customer support team. I see that there are a few more questions that have been posted in the question section. We have Michael who's asking if we can integrate Chargebee with Typeform. So yeah, we don't have a direct integration with Typeform right now, but out of the 3 integration options that Michael spoke about, you can use the API integration option. You could use the APIs to pre-fill the information that you've already collected on your Typeform, and then use the checkout option for processing the payments. All right, and then a few more questions on the chat screen. What is the best practice for integrating Chargebee with user accounts? All right, so again, here I believe user accounts is where merchants have a user account set up on their website, and then they want to integrate that with Chargebee for purchasing the product. Again, here there are 2 options. You could use an option called single sign-on via portal. You can use your website's authentication and then use the same authentication to provide access to Chargebee's portal pages. There, the customers can manage their subscriptions. They need not use the user account credentials again on Chargebee. And then we have Kevin, who wants us to show the customer portal where they can change or cancel their subscription. Michael, would you like to show the portal account?
Yeah, absolutely. So I may have gone through that a little bit quickly before. So if I'm going back into the settings, and this question was from Kevin, correct. So if I want to go and look at the customer-facing essentials, so the self-serve portal. So first what I need to do is I need to make sure that I've actually enabled this within Chargebee. So I'm looking at the portal. So customers can access the self-serve portal either via single sign-on API or Chargebee login. The single sign-on API is what we recommend to make it easier for your customers. When they're signed into your application, they're automatically signed in on the back end to Chargebee. So I already have most of this turned on, including the ability to allow customers to cancel subscriptions. So the subscription in this case will be canceled immediately. I could also do it at the end of the term. So just show you what that looks like. To preview the portal. This seems to have expired. Let me quickly refresh. So in this case, I have my subscription, which is the basic plan, and I could go ahead and cancel this subscription. And I can go ahead and put the reason for the cancellation. In this case, it will be canceled immediately rather than at the end of the term. So that's just within the self-serve portal. So I hope it was helpful to see that. Thanks for the question, Kevin.
All right. We also have a poll that we've posted, and for those who haven't checked that out yet, please do. This is just to help us move forward with the conversion process. For those who have responded, we see that they're looking to learn about a specific feature set. Could you help us with the feature set that you're looking to learn about? Could you post that on our chat or question section so that we could get back to you on that? Right. We have another question here. Are there any plug-and-play code libraries to handle webhooks? All right. So first, to give you an introduction about webhooks, you can configure webhooks in Chargebee, and Chargebee would send all the event details, all the actions that are happening in Chargebee to an external system. Right now, the webhooks need to be handled on your website server or your server, and then that would help you filter out events that are happening in Chargebee and then take subsequent action. A plug-and-play code, we have an integration with a system called Moxtra. Moxtra converts these event filters into readable data. So let me share my screen and show you what the Moxtra integration looks like. All right, so you could just move to the third-party integrations document, and we have the integration with Moxtra. So So this allows you to configure the webhooks in Chargebee, and then that would show up as readable data. You could have chat notifications, you could have notes, and you could have reminders. So these are the different options that show up in Moxtra. So this is a ready-to-use plugin. You don't have to configure a server URL on your end. This will help you configure the webhooks and read them in an easy way.
So it looks like there was a question, Vaishnavi. I'm not sure if it's easiest to share this. Florian had asked a question about a Florian purchase. So elaborating on what happens when customers change the number of seats, but they have already paid for a yearly subscription. Is this something that we're able to address on the webinar? Maybe we can just chat through this. I'm not sure how easy that would be to share on the screen and show what that looks like. I know that's a pretty specific question, but maybe just at a high level.
Okay, to give a simple answer to that, we have a feature called proration. Chargebee does handle proration. So if you're looking to refund the payments for the unused seats, then you could enable proration and change the quantity of the seats. And Chargebee would automatically issue credits for the unused seats and for the remaining duration. That's one option that might work for Florian. If you have any further questions, you could reach out to us. We will help you directly in detail.
And I see Rafael Sebastian had a question. So can we integrate custom payment gateways? So as of right now, all the payment gateways that we integrate with are listed on our website. If you can maybe ask us more specifically which payment gateways that you're looking at. There are some that we don't directly have listed on our website, but we may be able to integrate with them. So if you can maybe send us an email offline, or if you wanted to chat here to see if we can integrate with those, that'd be great.
Next question is from Nicholas, and he wants to know how he can integrate a gateway with his company bank account. So, the way it works from Chargebee's perspective is you integrate a gateway account with Chargebee, and when you're setting up the gateway account, you are required to link your bank account, which is your merchant bank account or your business bank account, with the payment gateway. So that is a prerequisite. So you could reach out to the payment gateway that you're looking to integrate with to help you with linking your bank account with the payment gateway account. Okay. One other question is from Michael, who says, can we select PayPal and authorize.net and have customers select which one to use during checkout process? Absolutely. So PayPal, I believe you're looking at the PayPal pay via PayPal option, which is a PayPal wallet option. And then authorize.net has both card payments and ACH. It is definitely possible to provide both these options on the checkout, and the merchants have the option to select either of the payment options. We also have an additional, we have card, direct debit, and PayPal, which would appear as multiple tabs. Give me a few minutes and I'll share my screen and do that over to you. In the meantime, we're looking for more questions. Please feel free to post questions, and we'll try to answer that.
Yeah, absolutely, Lindsay. I can definitely discuss pricing. Let me enable screen sharing again, and I can show you this. Okay, screen sharing should be enabled. All right. So with Chargebee, we have 3 different paid plans. We also have a plan that we call Launch, which is for new businesses. So businesses that are not processing any sort of revenue, or they're just getting started. So you can use Chargebee for free, totally for free, for the first $50,000 of revenue that you process through Chargebee. This has the same features of the Go plan. So as long as this is okay with you, only needing 3 users and having all of the features here within the Go plan, the Launch plan may be a good fit for you. But if you're looking to, say, integrate a payment gateway, or you're looking to, multiple payment gateways, or you're looking to integrate an accounting solution, or you want to take advantage of our revenue recognition module, which are more advanced features, we have our Rise and our Scale plan. The common feature among all these, or the commonality, is that there's a base price. So let's say there's a base price of $299 per month. This includes, on the Rise plan, $50,000 of revenue every single month. So this works out to $600,000 per year that you're processing. So if your business is below this, it might make sense to look at the Rise plan. Anything above 50K, so if you're making 100K per month, 1.2 million per year, you're paying that $299, and then you're paying 0.6% on that additional 50K beyond what is included. So that is similar to the Scale plan as well, but that includes 75K of revenue per month, and then anything above that is charged at 0.9%. And in the event that your business is, we have a small message here, you have high ARPU, you have lower volume, but much higher value customers, this might not make sense to charge 0.9% of, say, a $25,000 invoice. So in that case, it is possible to come up with pricing that works for that type of business. But typically, this is what works best, rather than having a custom pricing, something that is a base price plus a percentage of the revenue. So I hope that answered your question, Lindsay. And Vaishnavi, it looks like there was another question from Kevan asking about using Chargebee's authentication, asking, can the users be migrated to SSO later? So if this is something we're able to answer now, I'll let you go ahead and take this. Otherwise, maybe we can chat offline with Kevan to answer this and actually show this on the screen.
All right. So answering Kevin's question, right now, you can use Chargebee's authentication, and if you're looking to migrate to single sign-on, that would be a whole different set of authentication, and we don't have a way to migrate the authentication part, but you can certainly use those customers, or move those customers over to the single sign-on portal option and have them configure the credentials all over again. That's it from my end, Michael.
Yeah, that's it on my end. I haven't necessarily seen any more questions come through. We do have a few minutes left. I see. So there were some other questions, Vaishnavi, if you wanted to kind of quickly address these. So in the questions section, so I know Nicholas was asking about setting up the Avalara plugin. There's another question from Michael asking about Typeform for submission purposes. Do you see these questions in the questions tab here?
Yes, Michael. I guess we've answered Michael and Florian's question already. So I guess we're done, unless there are more questions that might have.
Okay, I was looking at the timing of those. Okay, so I think we're all set with those then. Yeah, if there are no other questions, like we said, so what we'll do is we will, this is all recorded, we will send this over, give us about 72 hours or so, and we'll have this in your inbox by Monday, so that you can, if you wanted to rewatch this, or maybe share it with some colleagues who were unable to join, feel free, and you can definitely share that.
All right, everyone. So thank you so much for joining. It was great answering your questions and then giving you the demo. I hope it was useful. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us at support@chargebee.com. We also have your email addresses, and we will reach out to you as well. So you could reply to that email thread. So thank you so much again. Michael, over to you.
Great. Okay, well, thanks so much, everyone. Really appreciate you joining this webinar and this demo today. I hope it was useful. And absolutely, if there are any other questions, if you wanted to reach out to me directly, my email is just michael@chargebee.com. Otherwise, you can reach out to our support team or just kind of continue to explore your Chargebee sandbox environment. And we hope you guys enjoy evaluating Chargebee. All right, thanks so much, everyone. Have a great rest of the day.